Hi everyone, I am Nadeem Tariq from Flinders University, based in the Loxton Hub. My PhD looks at groundwater across the Murray-Darling Basin, where the opportunities and constraints are, and builds an early warning framework for spotting persistent groundwater depletion. In 3 minutes, I will cover what I am working on, why it matters, and where I have got to. I work on groundwater in the Murray-Darling Basin. This is my study area, the Lower Gwadir in northern New South Wales. Groundwater is our most important drought buffer. To manage it, we rely on long-term monitoring records. But here's a problem I work on. Look at the four hydrographs on the map. Every one of those red marks is a month with no data. These records are not clean, they are full of gaps. And often the gaps fall exactly when we most need the data, during dry periods. Before anyone can measure groundwater drought signal, those gaps have to be filled. My research asks a simple question: does the way we fill the gaps change the drought signal? Because if it does, then the data processing choice and the aquifer behavior could be driving our water decisions. So why does this matter? This is not just an academic question. The 2026 Basin Plan Review explicitly states that our knowledge of groundwater is insufficient to manage water in the future, and it identifies 5 critical gaps. My research speaks directly to the scientific one. Gap 2. Climate and recharge. Understanding how climate drives groundwater is exactly what my work on drought signal addresses. Gap 3. System boundaries. By classifying wells into the climate-driven versus pumping-influenced and clustering them into response zones. And that's the output, which feeds in Gap 1. Ecosystem threshold. You can't set the safe limits for a groundwater-dependent ecosystem until you can reliably reconstruct the historical record and detect when a system is tipping. That's the point of my work. Reliable data and reliable drought signals are the foundation on which these decisions rest. So where am I? These figures capture the core result I have reached. It's a single well shown at 4 levels of data completeness, from badly gapped on the left to fully reconstructed on the right. Look at the bottom row, that's the annual groundwater drought index, the one that actually matters for management. With raw, gappy data, it can be calculated for only 5% of the record. Even at 70% data, less than half, the drought signal is essentially missing exactly when you need it. After reconstruction, the green column on the right, coverage jumps to 99%. A record that was unusable becomes a complete continuous drought signal. So the stage I am at, I have shown that gap filling doesn't just tidy the data. It's what makes reliable drought detection possible in the first place. And I have done this across 67 wells in the valley. Next I am bringing in pumping data and extending the approach across the wider basin. Thank you for the listening, and if you need further information, please contact me via email.